Yes, corpus, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Bettis, have you conferred with the state yet?
Your Honor, this matter was up for hearing previously in which the state opposed a PR bond and lowering the bond.
Okay. I don't remember this at all, but okay.
It happened on a Friday setting. The court set the hearing. I had prepared my writ and the court set it anyways. During the actual Zoom hearing, I was told.
Friday? We don't hear motions on Friday.
He was on the the SB6 docket.
Ah, the SB6 docket. I see.
Okay, my apologies. Well, before I got off the call, I was told he was getting a PR bond, but after the hearing was over, there was a series of emails sent that I was not copied on, wherein the state argued that he was not eligible for a PR bond at the time.
Okay. And that may not be arguable. I mean, it's set by law. So let's go ahead and get on the record, Olga, and get that part cleared up. And
Okay.
then that way that the attorney, Ms. Bettis, knows what to ask for based on what the law is and her client's circumstances. So stand by, folks. Give me a couple minutes here.
And Justin, can you press on the space bar and say hello? Hold it
Hello.
down. Beautiful.
Hello.
Let go of it. When you speak, you're going to hold it down. When you finish speaking, let go of it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And Ms. Bettis, from that day, you're still asking for a PR bond or a reduced bond. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Bettis, you're sitting at the table?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, there you are. Okay. I couldn't see where you were.
Sorry,
right.
I'm short. I must be blending into this chair.
You are. I can just see a little head there in a defense counsel table. You can either move closer to the screen or you can stay there, whatever you choose. Stand by.
3,000 whoos later.
So if I'm to understand this correctly, he's being held without bond?
He has a $350 bond, which he cannot pay, and he's been in jail for 134 days on this misdemeanor family violence charge, which was not charged formally until the 6th of November,
Okay.
the day after I filed this writ.
Okay. And state, you are, I'm assuming, opposed. Let's start with the PR bond. Can you put on the record what you believe is his status and why he doesn't qualify for a PR bond, Mr. Sims?
Yes, Your Honor. This defendant was denied a PR bond at the SB6 docket hearing due to his criminal history. He was convicted of an aggravated robbery, which would disqualify him under SB6.
Okay. So that is a disqualifier, Ms. Bettis, under the SB6 law that was enacted recently. And what it did was substitute for the governor's order that completely disqualified everyone, even first-time offenders, from any PR bonds. SB6 allows for exceptions to PR bonds, but it also has a list of disqualifiers for PR bonds, and one of them is that aggravated charge. So he does not qualify for an SB6 bond. You're telling me he has currently a $350 bond set, correct?
Correct.
Which would mean he would have to come up with $35 to get out?
Correct.
Mr. Go ahead.
Your Honor, as I understand it, most bail companies won't pay a bond that low with a 10% deal.
Okay. All right.
Can you use the microphone?
Oh, sorry.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
So, Mr. Kasper, I need you to either take him on as a witness, Ms. Bettis, and give me some information on his finances, his employment history. That is a very low bond. I need to know where his family is. I need to know a whole lot about him before I decide to lower that low a bond already. So he's all yours. Your simple request isn't evidence. I have no evidence before me, just your request to lower his bond. I need some evidence that will justify the lowering of a $350 bond.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay, he's all yours.
Okay, good afternoon, Justin.
Well, hello, ma'am.
Let me swear you in, Justice. She's going to call you as a witness. Raise your right hand, please. Your other right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, should you lie or make a false statement to the court?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. and please wait for your attorney to ask you questions.
Good afternoon, Justin. How long have you been in jail?
I've been in jail for about almost 5 months, about 4.5. I don't know exact to the day, but
And since you've been in jail, have you earned any money that would allow you to pay your $350 bond?
no, ma'am.
And do you have $350 in an account or outside that you could get to pay your bond?
No, ma'am.
Do you have someone who could loan you that money so you could pay that bond to get out?
No, ma'am.
Is the only reason you're in jail right now because you can't pay this bond?
Yes, ma'am.
You spent 138 days in jail and you weren't charged with any crimes in this case until November 6th. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If you were out, would you be able to work and earn money?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have money
Hey, she's
previously?
not there. Is there any way if
Uh,
Albert's there, I could go ahead and?
Previously,
get
I
done with
was-
him pretty quick.
I had just no, I was working, but I was cutting grass. But previously before that, I worked at a barbershop. I used to manage a barbershop before that.
And what's your plan if you were able to pay your bail and get out? Where would you go and what would you do next?
I have a barbershop that I could go to and work there actually.
Where would you go stay if you got out?
Well, I have a mother, but she's 75, and I don't like being a burden on her, but she will help me out if I can, you know, if I really need it, and I can stay there, you know.
Didn't you tell me you are also wanted to go to Haven for Hope?
I did want to go for Haven for Hope. I could do that. That's the main thing, but if I then other people are telling me that it's full of drug addicts. I don't know.
You have some concerns about that.
Yeah, I've never been there, so I don't know, but I do want to go look at that and get my food stamp. I heard that there's a church that I heard I could go to the Salvation Army also. I heard they have a good program.
So you're asking this court today to help you lower your bond so that you might be able to pay it to get out. What is a bond amount that you feel you would be able to get to pay together to pay?
Well, I really don't know. I really don't know what I could do. I'm not too sure. I don't have any finances at the moment. I don't have any money on my books. I haven't had any money on my books since I've been here.
So if the court lowered the bail to a $35 bond, would you be able to pay that?
Not myself, no. I might be, I don't know, I might be able to call somebody. I just barely got a hold of my family.
Real simple, Mr. Kasperzak. You got to come up with a number because it's not going to be zero. You got to come up with a number, and I'm going to ask you some other questions. It cannot be zero. You do
Yes,
not
ma'am.
qualify for a PR bond.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So engage with your lawyer again and come up with a solution.
If it is 35, I could probably come up with something like that.
Your Honor, that's his number.
Okay. All right. State any response to that.
Just for clarification, you said you would be able to come up with $35? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And his bond is currently set at 350, I believe.
Right. But what a lawyer said that there is not a bond company that will take him on to do 10%. So it'd have to be a full cash bond that he meets because the bond is already so low.
Understood.
So he can't come up with 350, and he's telling his lawyer he can come up with $35 cash bond.
Understood. No questions from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. I need an address, Ms. Bettis, for where he's going to be staying, and I need an address for where he's going to be working.
Justin, can you provide the address of your mother's house? And
My mother's house is 1824 Alamitos, which is ALAMETOS 78201.
Okay.
And the barbershop that I'm planning to go to, I don't have the address to actually.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do today, Ms. Bettis and Mr. Sims. I'm going to go ahead and grant the $35 bond. There are conditions to that bond, sir.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
if you cannot abide by the conditions, you're going to end up right where you're at again today. If you violate these conditions, because they're going to be court ordered immediately after this hearing, you are to remain 1,000 feet away from the complaining witness. I don't know who that is, but whoever it is, you know who it is. You need to stay 1,000 feet away from them. That's about the length of 3 football fields or about 3 city blocks. Had the Cowboys been able to run that distance last night, they might have won the game, but they weren't able to do jack. Okay. So 1,000 feet away from the complaining witness. You must stay 1,000 feet away from any motor vehicle that complaining witness is in as a passenger or a driver. You must stay 1,000 feet away from any place they live or are visiting. Doesn't have to be a residence. It can be an HEB. It can be a party. If you see them, you got to hightail it the other way and get 1,000 feet away from them. You're to remain 1,000 feet away from anywhere the complaining witness works, goes to church, their family, their pets and friends, their coworkers, and their neighbors. You are prohibited as a condition of this bond from calling the complaining witness, from texting the complaining witness, from sending the complaining witness any type of communication via social media apps, any type of communication. I don't want you sending any notes via courier pigeon. I don't want you sending any lit tea lights on the river to get to them. You understand what I'm saying? No smoke signals, nothing.
I understand, ma'am.
You are prohibited from sending anything to the complaining witness via U.S. Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, Amazon, or any other type of courier or delivery service. And you cannot engage another person to assist you in trying to communicate with the complaining witness. Sir, you need to report weekly to pretrial services by phone. If you do not have a phone because you lost it, broke it, or did not pay the bill, you are to report to pretrial services in person. While your case is pending, you are prohibited from consuming any alcohol or using any drugs for which you do not have a current prescription for. You are also prohibited from possessing, purchasing, owning, or using a firearm, a gun, and ammunition. And you'll be released on a partial GPS monitor that will allow you to leave your mother's home to go to work, and that's it. If you deviate, you're going to have to you're going to have to find out an address for work if you want to go to work. Without an address, you're going to be relegated to your mom's house and you won't be able to leave there. Do you understand me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Miss Bettis, Mr. Sims, any questions?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
no, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. Please abide by the conditions because I don't want to see you in that orange uniform again. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. I'm going to go ahead and Miss Bettis, do you have a proposed order for that?
Other than what I filed,
So let me see if I can't find that order. Stand by before you leave. Hold on.
I do have a blank.
With you? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
come out there and sign it for you. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
I'm going to go out to the courtroom and then you can come to the clerks in the back and
Okay.
I'll meet you back here.
Sounds good, thanks.
All right, everyone is excused.